Hot ticket. SCAD Savannah students camp out for film festival tickets. Tickets for SCAD Savannah Film Festival, the nation's largest university-run film festival, went on sale at 10 a.m. and students camped out for the chance to be among the first to land passes to the event set for Saturday, October 25th through Saturday, November 1st. SCAD students receive free daytime tickets for the star-studded festival and can purchase discounted passes for other screenings, premieres, workshops, panels, and lectures. Since its inception, the SCAD Savannah Film Festival has welcomed acclaimed films and illustrious guests to the hostess city. Throughout its more than 25-year history, the SCAD Savannah Film Festival has connected student filmmakers and film enthusiasts alike with actors, directors, industry insiders, and the below-the-line talent responsible for the year's most talked-about films. Previous festival honorees have included actors Kevin Costner, Coleman Domingo, Amy Adams, and Jenna Ortega, directors Richard Linklater, Ava DuVernay, and Sir Steve McQueen, producer Jerry Bruckheimer, animators Chris Sanders, Glenn Keane, and Henry Selick, composer Alan Silvestri, cinematographer Hoyt Van Hoytema, and costume designer Sandy Powell. The 2025 festival runs from October 25th through November 1st at historic venues around Savannah, including Trustees Theatre, Lucas Theatre for the Arts, the SCAD Museum of Art, and Gutstein Gallery. WJCL 22 News will have extensive coverage during the entire SCAD Savannah Film Festival done on Taylor Swift, the life of a showgirl, love, and reputation. On the line, who is Taylor Swift's heir apparent? Her 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl, offers an answer. It's Taylor Swift. Her last album, The Tortured Poets Department, ended with a cautionary Clara bow, an allegory that seemed to suggest a tenure atop the cultural mainstream was inherited from stars of the past, like the name-check Stevie Nicks, and that a new generation of younger, elastic female pop performers could soon take a place. In 2025, there are many to choose from. Consider Chaperone full-throated theatrics, Olivia Rodrigo's fiery punk-pop feminism, Sabrina Carpenter's cheeky sexuality. In the naughty themes of Friday's The Life of a Showgirl, best illustrated in the title track, Swift asserts that the baton hasn't been passed, but rather shared, because she isn't going anywhere. Video above, Taylor Swift album released. And all the headshots on the walls are the dance halls are the bee, who wish I'd hurry up and die, she sings with a wink. But I'm immortal now. Baby dolls, I couldn't if I tried. Notably, if she has a chosen successor in someone else, it's the album's sole feature, Carpenter, who sings on the Stump Clap Closer in her newly adopted twang. The mournful glissando of lap steel, the album's most country moment, arrives only with Carpenter's introduction. The Western genre is Swift's past and Carpenter's future. Suggestive bangers and a New Heights name check. If Swift is co-signing Carpenter, she's also learning from her. Carpenter has cornered the market on tight pop songs with provocative messages. Swift does the same with the man-spreading swagger of the George Michael interpolating father figure, which mentions a protege, and the funky word. A carefully veiled PG-13 lyric. His love was a key that opened my thighs, she sings. Girls, I don't need to catch the bouquet out to know a hard rock is on the way. Interwoven are suggestive, sensual ad-libs, and a direct reference to this album cover image released by Republic Records shows The Life of a Showgirl by Taylor Swift. Across a brisk 12 tracks, Swift's tendency toward abundance doesn't manifest itself in a double album this time around, but instead in her endless vinyl variants. The Life of a Showgirl mostly delivers on its promise of up-tempo pop bangers, to borrow her own vernacular. Fans need not wait up for the long-anticipated Reputation, Taylor's version, because The Life of a Showgirl pulls from its essence. But this time, with a lot of affection, like a true lover era. Swift has long internalized criticisms and responded to them in her art, most directly in 2017's Reputation. Hey, she is once again concerned with a perception articulated over booming, lush production on Cancelled or Elizabeth Taylor. On the latter, she sings, Hollywood hates me, you're only as hot as your last hit, baby. Except this time, her love act is an anchor. I can't have fun if I can't have you, she flirts. Welcome back to Sweden. For The Life of a Showgirl, Swift enlisted Swedish producers Max Martin and Shellback, the hit-making duo she collaborated with on 2012 Red, 2014's 1989, and, of course, Reputation. Notably absent is her frequent producing partner Jack Antonoff. It's a wise decision. In years past, Swift, Shellback, and Martin pop experiments shifted not only her career trajectory but the genre itself. Before We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, an EDM drop in the middle of a radio pop hit was unimaginable. After, the style would dominate for half a decade. The life of a showgirl isn't as seismic, but there are addictive and idiosyncratic Swiftisms here, acerbic wit and thick literary references in glossy pop hooks. Where a song like Opalite, if attempted by another other performer, would lose its weightlessness under its voluble aspirations, Swift manages to swoon. Stacked, opalescent harmonies and a vintage swing give the song, fittingly, an almost iridescent quality, and there are bops, like the undeniable opener The Fate of Ophelia, with its 1980s Via Robin synth-pop and momentary summertime sadness vocal delivery. There's a treasure trove of deliciously quotable lines. 2. As expected. Please God bring me a best friend who I think is hot. She manages to make effortless in the Midnight's SWIWHLT, a lovely song about the mundanity of romance and the suburban fantasy of a couple kids, a driveway with a basketball hoop. The Dictionary of a Showgirl. Swift's dense vocabulary is on full display, often full of charm, but it is sometimes unwieldy, a common criticism of the tortured poet's department. Like when she overstuffs our thoughtless ambition sparked the ignition on foolish decisions which led to misguided visions into father figure, momentarily overvaluing clever writing over clever cadence. Or she is too modish. The colloquial eldest daughter, for example, mentions trolling, memes, and comments, immediately dating itself. But sonically, it is a thoughtful acoustic ballad with emo movement, in which Swift contends with her terminal uniqueness and deep dedication to a loved one. It juxtaposes nicely with something like the casually cruel, pop-punk-affected Actually Romantic. It's hard not to hear some brief Hayley Williams and the distorted speakerphone vocals in the song's coda or Boy Genius in its harmonies, another example of Swift pulling from those she's influenced and enlisted on her tours. Swift has said the life of a showgirl is meant to embody her era's tour, a singular global phenomenon, a canonical event in the history of pop performance that, in its over 3-hour runtime, was a sensory explosion. On these 12 tracks, she's approximating glitz and glamour with humanity and humor. She spends no time waiting in the wings. So let the show begin.